Hello everybody, what is going on? I am the Dragon Lad, and welcome to another episode of the Gran Turismo 6 car walkthrough. Last time we went over trucks, and this episode we're just going to be going over quite a few random cars again. This time we're going to be picking up the performance a little bit, alright? So we're going to be going over a few faster cars and everything, and yeah, let's get started. So this first pick, I had a little bit of a hard time, seeing if I already went over it or not. And I hope I haven't. But if I did already, then okay. You know what? I must have already because I'm just going to double check or something. Alright. Because it's here. I apologize, guys. Alright. I always have my list with me, so that way I know which cards I've done already. But anyways, so I guess we haven't done this. We have done the Fairlady 280Z, so I guess that's kind of why I thought we already did this already, but oh well. We're doing the Nissan 350C Roadster. There's a European version and a US version, and then there's just another Fairlady. There's no difference, okay? So, yeah. They're just two different makes, two different countries, okay? So this game, it looks sick, and it's been featured in a lot of movies. Sadly, you won't find that sickness out of this car in this game, because why? It is quite stiff, and the stats are just awful. Top speed is about 188. Well, this car just looks funny. I mean, come on, man, really? Actually, let's go searching for something. So yeah, this is kind of the more oddish, looking car, out of all the other 350Zs and everything. Cause, it's just that older version that's there, and, oh, here we go. The newer-ish Fairladies. Or 370s, or 350s, or 370s, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Oh. Just the 350Z in general. And this thing looks way better. And then there's the best Fairlady there. Alright, I'm gonna try to get that one, for the next car walkthrough. Okay, guys? But anyway, so, back to this car. So, 188 top speed. It's quite stiff. 1,550 kilograms in this thing. 282 horsepower. Of course it's going to be stiff. Low power, high weight. Duh. Some advantages of this thing, like I said, it has a good amount of top speed. It's pretty good on the speed. The acceleration sucks. It's just one of those cars that, is just high speed, low acceleration, pretty stiff. Actually, that kind of combination, you would have pretty good handling. But for this car, it's just too heavy, Decrease the amount of weight on it, and you'll have a much better car. And that, I can promise you that. But anyways, speaking of better cars, well, actually, this is not going to be that much better. Next up, we have the Pontiac GTO 5.7 Coupe. Okay. Alright. I'm actually going to go head back. Dealership. They have a title for this car that I want to laugh at. Back from the muscle car era, this GTO made for a great drift car with its rear-wheel drive and ample V8 power. They say this is a great drift car. I couldn't even drift. I really couldn't even drift with this car. It is stiff. What do they mean it's a good drift car? I can't even drift or steer that well in this thing. 1,690 kilograms, just about 1,700, 352 horsepower, and you guys say it's the king of all cars at drifting. No, it is not the king of drifting. Okay? Okay? The Dodge Viper is the real king of... Okay, well, not really, but you know what I mean. Okay, I couldn't reach the top speed on this thing, but it has a good top speed. It could go above 215 miles an hour. It might be able to go to 230 or some 230, 240, whatever. This thing has an amazing amount of top speed. It's just that weird combination, you know, a lot like the 350Z. I would recommend this car more than the 350Z just because it has more power. But with this car, it might be just a mouse hair more stiff than the 350Z. Just because the you know, of the bigger amount of power and, you know, and it being heavier, so that's kind of gonna get you. But other than that, you know, I guess I really wouldn't recommend this car too much. Next up, we are going to be moving up a rank. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be doing the Rough CTR Yellowbird from 1987. I like that Yellowbird. Now this car should be the king of drifting. Oh God. Oh goodness sakes. Yeah, this car is actually very loose. It's kind of an out of control car itself, but you know, you can. This car is, you know, stable-ish, you know, but it's very loose. 462 horsepower, 1,150 kilograms. Yeah, this thing is gonna fly off like a jet. Yellow Bird, more like Yellow Falcon for its speed. Yeah, this thing's top speed is 222 miles an hour. So yeah, I would recommend this car for races. Just stiffen it up a little bit, and man, you got a car that could possibly get you through international B class. I'm going that far, international B class, and man, well, I haven't made a drive through that, but this car might get you through that because this car is just, if I could define this car with one word, fast. It's very agile. I would recommend this car. Like I said, just stiffen it up a little bit and you will have an awesome car. Okay? But that's kind of cool, you know, Yellowbird. Alright, oh God. Next up, now, I'm going to say one thing here really quickly, is that I'm a little bit worried about this car, okay? I'm just going to say one thing here really quickly. This is not for sure, because I've driven this car quite a bit, and I've always gotten different results. But I took this thing out for a test run, and this is literally what I got. I do not know if something is different or anything, okay? I tried to make sure that everything was standard in the test run of this car, okay? So, you know, just please forgive me if I got the top speed wrong, okay? Because this is not for sure. But anyways, the Tesla Motors Model S. This car looks sick, and it's not fast. Okay, let me rephrase my words. It's okay, but the top speed on this thing, what I got, is 135. Okay? And you can't even change it. Okay? I literally ran it with nothing in it. No weight reduction, no drift terrain, no nothing. Now for the electric circuits, if you have a little bit of trouble, you can actually deduct the amount of horsepower in this thing and you can use it. Which is kind of corny, but you know, it's better than driving those slower cars, in my opinion. But yeah, so like I said, the Tesla model, the top speed in this thing is 135, 2018 kilograms, 422 horsepower. Why? 135? I thought this thing could at least go 170, and it does half that. Well, not literally. Well, half of 70. 135. Now, what I found most surprising is that the handling in this car is actually okay. I mean, it's not too stiff, it's not too loose. It does okay, you know. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit stiff, but it's not terrible. The reason it is because electric cars are so slow. Yet this car was okay. Especially with the amount of weight that it has on it. Good God. But yeah, you know, I wouldn't say go for this car at all, and for any events except for the electric circuits. Like I said, just deduct the amount of horsepower, you know, increase the weight of it a little bit, and yeah, you can enter it. But you know, it still wouldn't go well. All right, this next car. This next car is a gift car that you can get, I believe. Yeah, it is. The Acura NSX from 1991. Alright. Now, my opinion of the Acura NSX, for whatever reason, I don't like to drive this car very much for some odd reason. Why don't I? I don't know. It's just an odd car. I mean, I'm not saying it looks funny. I mean, and in my opinion, it actually looks a little bit sick, but for some odd reason, I just refuse to drive this car in any events. I don't know, but anyways, this car is loose. You know, pretty loose car. 1,350 kilograms, 297 horsepower. The top speed on this thing, I would just say 200. You know, I was able to get it to 197. It still had a little bit more RPMs to go, so I would say 200 for this thing. Not even, you know, maybe about 201, you know, 199, I'm not sure. But yeah, this thing can, you know, just go right about there. Now, like I said, this thing is loose. So, you know, I honestly don't know what to say about this car. I don't want to say it's bad, but I don't want to say it's good. I've taken it out on the MR Challenge, and it did not do too well for me. So... it's possible, but it's not. Okay, well, no, it's possible, but with that car, it's going to be a challenge. So, I don't mind the NSX, but I kind of refuse to drive it for some odd reason. Why? I don't know. Dragons are weird, okay? Sorry. Next up is yet another gift car that you can get in the game. I want to be careful. Here we go. The Mercedes-Benz SL55 AMG. Oh, the memories of when I used to drive the which model of the Mercedes-Benz was it? Was it the CLK55? CL55? I don't know. The SL55. Whatevers. This car is kind of a weird car. Alright, so 1955 kilograms, 492 horsepower. This thing is not too bad of a car. It's not too shabby, but the weight kind of brings it down. I just thought of something. This is heavier than this is heavier than one of the trucks. It's heavier than a Tacoma. That is sad. Surprise, surprise, the handling's not too bad in this car. Getting around corners and turns won't be too bad, but just don't oversteer whatever you do. Don't understeer either, actually. Don't get too close to the corners. Just stick it to, just stay in the middle, and you actually, stay in the middle of the turns, and you won't do too bad. Why can't I speak? The top speed in this thing is like 224, 200. Is that a 4? I really need to work my handwriting. So yeah, good amount of top speed, not a bad amount of power. Deduct the weight a little bit, and fix the handling, and you could get a very good car. This is actually a really good gift car. Quite a bit better than the Acura NSX, really. I would say this car is just that much better. So, go for this, go for this car. But I wouldn't drive it in too many events, though. Or actually, a decent amount of events, but, just be careful. Don't get too confident. Alright, I mean, I like Mercedes-Benz and everything, but I just don't really like to drive these cars in events, maybe except for the, Better than that, that's it. And now for the final car of this video. That's right, we have already gone down to the final car. And the random car of the video, the BMW M5 from 2005. That sounded like a crossbreed of an electric car and a regular car. Alright, so the BMW M5. I have a great history with this car. I apologize if the camera was a little weird there. I have a great history with this car, especially the BMW M3 GTR. If you guys are big fans of Need for Speed, you would know. I like this car. I've used it in quite a few events. And the handling with this car, in Gran Turismo 5, it was stiff. In this game, they made it a little bit more loose. So, well, I'm not saying it's perfect handling. You know, it's quite a bit like the, Mercedes. You know, it's kind of a lot like, the Mercedes. You know, it's not too bad, not too good, So, yeah, it's alright. This thing has 7 gears, which is, I kind of find it weird for a car to have 7 gears. I find it odd for a car to have 6 gears. But 7 gears, I mean, come on, man. You just calm down with your gears. Just, yeah. 1,715 kilograms, 500 horsepower. It's a decent car. Go for it if you want, but this car's going to be a little bit of a challenge, on the tracks and everything. So, my stats. 60 driven miles, 7 wins, 6 changes. Booyah, baby. Top speed on this thing is 228. So, yeah, not too bad, not too good. It'll be a challenge, but it won't do you any bad. It won't do too bad. It's just one of those cars. It's a lot like the NSX. I just don't really like to use it too much. Well, says the one that drove this thing for 60 miles and won 7 races in it. But either way, or I guess okay. To be fair, I guess I would say go for it. But just don't get too carried away with it. But anyways, that is another car walkthrough done. Yes, we have quite a lot more cars to go through. But not to worry, everybody. Okay, we will get through this. Yes, we will get through this together as flying brothers and sisters. Well, Gran Turismo 7 is probably gonna be released before we get all these cars done. But either way, yeah. So I would say we did pretty good here. In this video. Decent amount of cars, covered and everything. So yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every view, every like, every comment, and especially every subscription. And I'll see you guys next time for more Gran Turismo 6, alright? Or any other Dragon Lad video that could be of a random type, alright? Thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Dragon Lad, burning out.